$17. What is? Yeah, is that the? What's the name of the thing that you use for? Frank was asking because I think he wants to do something for the football team.
All the cut the lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing apart. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
And now the Oscar-winning rabbit Bugs, but oh, sorry, wrong show. I was thinking it was Saturday morning in 1973. My bad. Hi there, John here, Tracy there. It's Real-Town, don't you know? I'm at the show. This is it. This is it. Don't you know? What are you doing?
On research.
For
Just
what?
Do what you gotta do. Research.
Whoa, step down, Toots. Take it easy. Do what you gotta do. Be what you gotta be.
I don't care what I'm doing. What I'm doing is what I'm
Because
doing.
it's Real-Time with John and Tracy.
Tracy's doing research for our show.
Oh.
John and Tracy.
Oh, fine.
Jeez Louise.
A little something called show prep.
Do you have anything?
Maybe you heard of it.
Oh, sorry. I'm too busy doing other things.
What, like work? Oh, that. Never mind.
What are you doing?
Oh, let's see. Oh, today, getting my afternoon commandeered right from out from under me with 2.5 hours of fakakta horseshit, bullshit, rat shit, bat shit, cat shit
What?
training.
Oh, is that the OSHA?
No, that was yesterday. That was Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, not for nothing, I actually know, I mean, I live with an independent contractor for 6 years, so I actually know OSHA very, very well.
I understand.
And it is a pain in the ass, first of all. OSHA is a pain. And it's a very, very long process. I mean, the studying, I had a binder this thick that I had to help him learn. And I thought to myself, when I found out you were doing OSHA, I thought to myself, well, this is the weird thing. You guys don't really need it.
No.
You know that, right?
No, we don't. We don't
No.
get involved
No.
with the on-site
Now,
stuff.
if for the outside people, I think it would be
That's
beneficial
important.
because you go to the warehouses and you can actually look and
You go to
say,
the
"Oh,
place,
you
you
need this."
point it out,
yeah,
you
point
you're
at that,
deficient
yeah.
there. You shouldn't have cords
Absolutely,
across
100%.
that. Okay.
You guys, you
No.
don't even know what the hell you're. I mean, you're inside. You don't see what they're looking
No.
at. You're not walking around the warehouse. You're not. They can tell you what you want, but it's unless they go, "Oh, do you happen to know what the OSHA regulation is?" Oh, as a matter of fact, I do. Well, when do you get that question? In 3 years, I got it once over there.
I got it never.
Yeah, I got it once.
Yeah, I'm working on 4.
And guess what? It was about, and we talked about California because California OSHA regulations is completely different. The Californians.
Okay.
So it's different. It's different in,
That was
in California.
good.
You like that? Yeah.
Oh,
First of all, wait.
did
I
you
have to
hear
do
that?
something. Wait.
I almost did George Takei there.
I did almost. Wait, I have to
bye.
do something though. Ready?
Go
Ready?
ahead.
Oh, 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 oh. Patriots, Patriots, you say we can't win. You say Tom Brady's a loser. Guess what? We beat you. We beat you. Hey.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you out in the field last weekend.
I was. You missed me. I'm very quick. I'm very quick.
Speedy like my dog.
Very quick. Very quick. Let me tell you something.
So 2.5
They worked their
hours,
ass
I got. Just all of a sudden, it was like, oh, by the way, like at lunchtime. Oh, by the way, we have this that we need you to attend at 1:00.
Another train. So what training was this now?
This is the guy. I mean, it was decent, but I was in a rude.
Oh, was
mood.
was it a vendor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a vendor came in. It was like Stanley DeWalt. I didn't realize that Stanley Black & Decker has all kinds of companies now. They have DeWalt.
They
have
bought a lot of
Milwaukee,
stuff.
They've got Craftsman.
They actually bought a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, they did, and
yeah.
the stuff is good. The things were compelling, but I was just in a foul ass mood.
Why? What got you into that foul ass?
Because I had a plan for my day, and it was just out the window. So I figured, all right, okay, and the former number 2 over there was involved in this. He reappeared with his little suit and all that, like Mr. Important,
Yes.
And what I especially loved is when they were ready to start, and I can't do it, but you know how the guys, with their fingers, they do the real loud whistle.
Yes.
Well, we weren't quieting down to his satisfaction, so he gave it the old. And
Did he
I'm like,
really?
oh,
Who does that?
you
What
gotta
are you,
be-
dogs?
Yeah, you got to be kidding me. So that went over kind of like a turd in a punch bowl with me. Then it was going to be, well, how long do we have here? 20, maybe 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, for a moment, I'm like, oh, well, that'll work. And he goes, well, no, let's give it 45, which ended up being 80. 80.
I love.
And
I
then
miss that place so much.
another 60. That's 140 minutes. That's 2 hours. And 20 minutes that I didn't have, that I had my day, my afternoon all freaking mapped out, ready to go, set them up, knock them down, and it ended up being The Price is Wrong.
What can I tell you? I don't even know what to say about that.
So your Pates are in it next
My
weekend.
Pats are in. Very excited.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. But let me tell you something. I really was very nervous as far as Kansas City goes. Great team. All 4 teams were great teams.
Oh, please.
I mean, you couldn't have a better finals. You couldn't have a better.
Thus the 2 overtime games.
Correct.
That never happens.
And they both didn't win at home.
No.
Which is
did
interesting to
not.
me. I thought the call on the Saints was effed up there. That mess up that the refs
Very bad.
did. And I feel bad for the Saints as far as that's concerned. But I am nervous. I'm nervous because we're there again. We were there last year. We were there the year before.
Right.
We won the year, not
I was
last
going
year,
to
the
say,
year
the
before.
Patriots won 2 years ago.
Yeah, they did.
Last year
And
they
lost to the Eagles, which
did
is
not.
And by the way, not for nothing. Again, I love the Eagles. That's the best part about it. The Eagles weren't even there. That's the best part to me because they're so pompous and arrogant, and they're so like we're amazing. We're a dynasty. You won one goddamn Super Bowl, and it could have been anybody's game. It's not like you killed the. It's not like you killed the
You
Patriots.
know what absolutely
big deal.
killed me starting this whole attitude was last spring at the draft. With the 37th pick of the 2019 draft, the Eagles excuse me, who are you guys selecting? No one? You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, Eagles will pass their selection because they're good,
Yeah.
they said.
Yeah.
Evidently, they weren't as good as they needed to be.
Right. Well, that's
which
the thing. They're
made
so
me
cocky.
chuckle warmly and wiggle my ears and go
Sure.
ho ho and he.
Let me tell you something.
during
I'd
the
rather see the
holidays.
Giants than the Eagles. And that's the truth.
What?
Even though the Giants beat us once as well
Twice.
in the Super Bowl. Okay. Well, the one that I watched and saw and suffered, that's the one I'm referring to.
Plus the other one.
The one I suffered.
2.
Okay, we have 5 Super Bowl rings, okay? So shut up. And we might have 6.
And
so
we're 4 for 5.
and-
That's an 80% success rate.
okay, and we're still better by 1 ring.
Ring a ding.
Or it might be 2, who knows? And then we'd be tied with Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Who has 6.
Steelers. Yeah, and they kind of the bed, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. But I just not seeing the Eagles there gave me such pleasure.
It was
It's like
gleeful. It was
it's beautiful
joyful.
pleasure, and especially to those dingbats were in the house of hits. You know what? I actually said when we won, I said the first thing I said, God, I wished I still worked there.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I would have done is come in with my Tom Brady jersey, my Tom Brady hat. And I would have walked in and went, suck it! Suck it!
Okay, recognition. Yeah, Tracy.
Yeah. Suck it! Suck it! And let me tell you something. When we won the World Series, I was like, I wanted to go in and say suck it to all the Yankees fans, too. So either way, I love, I said, God, I wish I worked there because I would just,
for the day.
I would revel in it just for the day. You know what? I wish someone just opened that locked door and let me like a streaker, except I'd be clothed, and I would run around. I'd run around and I'd be like, F you, everybody! F you! F you! In like Red Sox. I'd be all Bostoned up. I'd be like Red Sox,
Celtics.
Bruins, Celtics, Patriots. F you! And then I'd leave. And they'd be like, what happened? Security!
I might even find an old USFL Boston Breakers jersey.
Oh,
Whoa.
now you're getting crazy.
See?
I might do the revolution.
Hey, no. Whoa.
Don't get crazy on me.
Stop it.
Don't get crazy.
Just don't
Who
do
knows
it.
what? Oh, what's that?
You,
Woo!
you say you want a revolution?
Oh. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Smoke it.
Smoke it. So yeah, that's the thing. So here I am. I'm
So
wearing,
you were reveling?
and I'm wearing my Patriots winter cap. It says 5-time on the back. So I'm thinking I might have to retire it and get another one. It says 5-time.
It does. It does. I'm wearing my. I'm mourning. I have
the New Orleans
black
Saints?
black and gray.
You're mourning the Saints?
Yeah, because I kind of like.
Oh no,
them.
I like the Saints. I'm okay
do.
with
I
that.
kind of
do
like
too. I'm
them.
all right
You
with
know.
that.
They're
Listen,
like,
honestly, I wanted the Saints and the Pats.
That would have been a
wanted
fun
that,
game.
but it is what it is.
the two guys destined for the Hall
That
of Fame.
call messed it up.
That was nasty. That was just
That call messed it up. And they apologized to them, from what I hear.
They did.
And that ref, apparently, that ref has been written up or something before in the past.
Well, dig this. That ref who didn't call it, he played for the Rams back in the 80s. I mean, he
Interesting.
He might have had
didn't know
use our friend's little nomenclature there. He might have only had a ham sandwich with the Rams, but he was.
I didn't know that.
He was a Rams player back in the early '80s. So
That's some interesting stuff.
You have to wonder
Interesting
if that
stuff.
played into it.
I don't know.
Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. It's history.
That's some interesting stuff right there.
So I go home last night. You know, and Dad's watching. All he does is watch news and whatnot all day. So he's got News 12 New Jersey. And you know, of
Which
course,
is on like 26.
it's
so confusing.
It's everywhere. You know, it's on 62 by us, but it's News 12.
I don't. It's never on 12.
No, it's
See,
it's
doesn't
on
make any
82 at
sense.
Gino's house. So at any rate,
That's another New Jersey thing.
So they
Weird.
tease the sports. Now we do the sports. He's like, oh, did you hear they're going to replay that game? I'm like, no, they're not. He goes, well, they were talking about it. I said, they are not playing the game. Oh, wait a minute, what's that? Ring-a-ding-ding. Speaking of a phone call.
Oh, who is it?
Somebody on the phone.
Says
Give me the
phone
phone.
call.
Hi, this
Hello?
is
Who's that?
Yes, hello.
Town? Is this Real Town?
It is. Who's
is.
this?
Oh, this is your biggest fan, Real Town. How
Is that
are
Frank?
You?
Oh, Frankity Frank. What's up, bro?
Frank, a special appearance
you?
by Frank
Special
Cicino.
guest star Jonathan Harrison as Frank Cicino.
Oh, Frank, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm so busy. I miss you guys, man. I gotta come do a show.
I was going to say, he's not
Yeah, you
showing
do.
up here for one thing. Thanks.
Yeah, you do. You got to come join us. You have to come sit with us.
Yeah.
We need the banter.
soon.
Soon. What's going on?
You know,
with
the
you?
government shutdown. I'm not getting paid. You know. So.
I know. Neither's anyone else.
Yet you laugh. That's good.
Yeah. Don't try to fly anywhere. That's for sure.
No,
So what's
so,
going on with you?
How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Patriots. That's it.
I see you talking about the Patriots and the Saints.
Yes.
So I'm sure you're excited about that.
I'm very excited.
I am
Like I
not.
said, I wanted the Saints to actually win so they would play the Patriots. I didn't want the Rams, but it is what it is. But I'm nervous. But I know this is the thing. What I loved is that Tom Brady, they interviewed him, and the first thing he says, I know people hate me. He said it. He says, I know people hate us.
Yeah.
I know people say we suck. He said, but you'll see. And then he won.
I saw the interview. It was excellent.
Yeah.
And listen,
And I love that.
it is what it is. They do a really good job of figuring out where the weaknesses are and exploiting it. That's it. That's what a good coach does.
Yeah, Belichick's amazing.
You can put the pieces into place, and if everybody does what they're supposed to do, it works.
Boy, that sounds familiar, Frank. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Hang on a minute. What am I thinking of? I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Is that an inside joke?
But because we're running the Monmouth Rage.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are.
8-man football at its best. Hey, so, and also what I liked, and I again, will always give credit where it's due. What I also liked is that, and I may get this not 100% accurate, but something to the degree of after the game at Arrowhead, Tom Brady got a hold of a security guy and said, I need to go to the other locker room. I need to go visit with Patrick Mahomes. And he went over there kind of like very under the radar, very quietly, so to say, to see Pat Mahomes and say, basically, dude, you got this. You know,
You got it.
there's going to
got it.
there's going to be a day sooner rather than later where you're going to be the guy and I'm going to be home watching, so to speak, or up in the box watching.
Yeah.
But today's not that day. But brother, you have got it. And I thought that was
It was almost like a preemptive passing of the torch.
just about. Just saying, listen, I got the torch over here in the closet. I'm going to hold on to it for a while longer, but hang on, it's coming. And I thought that was a class move, because I'm not always the biggest TB fan. I mean, I don't dislike him like some people do, Frank, but boy, I got to say, that was just a class move. That was a very good move on his behalf, I would say, to me.
I agree. 100%. Listen, I'm a Jets fan. I have to hate the Patriots. That's what I'm supposed to do,
See,
right?
why do you hate the Patriots? See, that's the thing, though. I actually like the Jets, so I don't know why you hate us so much. I mean, I get, the Eagles, but the Giants...
So we gotta hate you. I mean, that's the way
Everybody hates us, though. Everybody. Like, who doesn't hate us? Other than, if you're not a Patriots fan, you hate us.
The Cleveland Browns?
When Belichick goes away... and Tom Brady goes away, and then we are able to win a couple games.
Sure.
I won't hate you so much.
Sure,
anymore.
that's okay. When they're gone, I mean, it doesn't. My plan is this. My plan is for them to win the Super Bowl this year, and for them to both retire, and then I could just go on with my life.
Not gonna happen.
No,
not gonna happen.
No, still gassing the tank.
Well, wait, not gonna happen that they're gonna win, or not gonna happen that they're gonna retire.
Retire.
Because
win or lose, they're not.
Tom Brady.
No, way.
Tom Brady. If they win, will retire. I don't know about Belichick, but I guarantee Tom Brady will retire if he wins Super Bowl.
Boy, I don't know.
I'll put money down on that one.
I don't believe it.
I don't know about that.
You don't believe it?
No. He's too much of a competitor
that
he wants to play and break every record he possibly can.
If not a bone here and there,
no
too,
way.
in the process.
If he's physically able and he's not having any kind of life changes because of injuries, he's playing till he can't. So he physically can't do the things that he can do. When he's still making the passes that you need to make, he's going to keep doing that. When his arm strength goes downhill, or when he's not making the right reads and he starts to fall off on his production, then he'll decide that that's the time to go.
He's going to be like,
but why do you want to go down?
Why do you want to go on that flat line and it hasn't dipped? He's going to keep playing.
Why do you want to leave when you're on a low note? Wouldn't you want to leave on a high note?
Sometimes you can't.
Look at Brett Favre. Want to talk about Brett Favre? Let's talk about Brett Favre.
Sometimes you can't dictate what note you're on.
Most really good players don't leave on a high note because they always think they got more.
Right. Like I said, Brett Favre retired and came back.
Unless they have an injury, like God forbid, Super Bowl, they win, Tom blows out his knee, he's done. He retires.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But if he comes out of there unscathed and he's feeling good, he's going to keep playing.
Right.
Well, and sometimes, Frank, and you'll agree to this, I would think, that you can't. There's no control over the note you go out on, high like Elway or low like somebody else, like a Kenny Stabler. He went out low.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
But now, well, look, it's not always about your ability as a player. It's the cast of characters sometimes around you too. Look at our friend up, the other occupant of MetLife Stadium, the New York Football Giants, number 10. I mean, to me, he's still personally that guy. Eli Manning has gas in the tank, but he has not had the tools around him. And everybody, of course, points to him because that's who you point to. You point to the team captain on baseball. You point to the first baseman or the star pitcher.
Didn't they fire what's his name from Kansas City? The
defensive coordinator.
The defensive coordinator. They fired him right after that game, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fired him on Tuesday.
Yep.
That wasn't Eric sleeping with the enemy, was it?
No, he's the offensive coordinator.
Right.
Okay. I knew that happened. I think they should fire the Dallas Cowboys coach because seriously, what's up with that? Like that love affair needs to end.
Fired.
That love affair. No, that's the problem. That's why I said
he's leaving Dallas when he wants to leave.
He's leaving Dallas when the owner and him decide to part ways. As long as the owner is in love with him, he's going to stay.
Jerry Jones.
I mean, you're not winning. Like Jerry Jones, he's dictating. He dictates. It's not right because Dallas Cowboys should be winning.
But here's the thing,
and they're losing.
Here's the thing. Jason Garrett is Jerry Jones' other son.
Right. It's the son he never had.
Right. Well,
exactly.
he's got sons, but he's
does.
Jerry Jones' other son.
Well,
who happens to be the football coach.
Maybe he hates his other sons.
And when Jerry assumes room temperature, that's when Garrett will go away.
I don't get it. I don't get that. That whole synergy makes no sense to me. You're the owner of what they call America's team. I mean, that's what the Dallas Cowboys are
They
considered
started
America's
that
team.
back in '76.
Well, correct.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You know what I mean? You have this coach, and you're not winning. You're not winning. What do you got to do? You just keep him and see what happens? I don't get it.
Well, we got to the playoffs
They're
this
going to
year.
change their coordinators. They just fired one of their coordinators.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring in different coordinators that will do what they want them to do.
The DC
it's
is
going to be the
out.
same result.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got to get rid of the
It
coach.
depends. You got to think about it this way, right? He's a puppet.
Correct.
That's
Garrett's
it.
a puppet.
Correct.
He's a clapping
So if you bring an
puppet.
offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator and they do what they're supposed to do and everything goes well, then he looks good and he's happy because he's not calling the plays, right?
Right.
So basically it comes down to, are you putting the guys in the right situation? Do you have the right coach to call the right play? And if you do, then Jason Garrett is fine.
Because all he'll do,
Because
Frank,
he's going to
all he will do is stand on the sidelines, defer to the offensive coordinator and to the defensive coordinator, and just stand there and clap when everything goes right.
Right.
And if they catch lightning
gonna
in a
be-
jug, he's a genius. If they don't, well, he's still
Right.
going to be there.
That's right. He's going to be the office manager.
Yep.
He's got all these coaches and managers underneath him. He's the office manager.
Yeah.
He makes sure all the paperwork gets done right. At the end of the day, he goes home and says, all right, see you tomorrow morning.
Meanwhile, the OCs and the DCs are staying till midnight mapping stuff out.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Unbelievable. What else is
so
going
it
on?
goes.
How's work for you?
Good. I mean, it's all right. It's busy. It's,
No more exploding
it-
bear
Repellent.
traps, bear repellent. No more of that.
No, that's not my building. That's the old building.
Oh, that was
that's
the
not
old
my new
building.
building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking.
But yeah,
That got brought up
everything's
today.
Good. It's just it's hard for me to get down to the building now where you guys are because my time schedule's all messed up. And beforehand, it was great. I would just come over there and that was it. Now I got travel and time's awkward, and we'll figure it out. Though.
We'll figure it
get
out
there.
eventually. We always do. We'll figure it out.
True enough.
That's right.
We'll figure it out. How's your girlfriend?
Wonderful.
Okay. I always like to check on that.
Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to Bernie, our friend
Bert.
Bernie that calls in.
What's
Yes.
up,
He's on
Bert?
a cruise right now.
What?
Oh.
Slacker.
He's somewhere down in the middle of the Caribbean somewhere.
Oh.
Gulf of Mexico, somewhere
in the
down there.
You know what's
island
weird?
hopping on a ship.
My best friend is on
And,
a cruise right now in the
In case
Caribbean.
he's listening, I just want to make sure that we give him a shout out.
Bernie, what's up, pal?
Bernie,
if
are
you're
you
not listening-
with my best friend? My best friend's on a cruise in the Caribbean right now. Do you think
What's
they know?
her
You
name?
think they're together?
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding,
Could
ding,
be.
ding, ding,
Could
ding,
be.
ding,
I mean,
ding, ding,
coincidence.
ding,
I hope-
ding,
I hope
ding,
Bernie's
ding,
wife
ding,
knows
ding,
about it.
ding, ding, ding,
My
ding.
best friend's girl.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I hope Bernie's
Rick,
wife
is
knows
that
about
you?
it. Whoops.
Sorry.
Yes, about that, Dan. Hey, so what's the weather supposed to be like outside, of course, on Saturday? It's supposed to be decent.
We're gonna have a high 26, 28, somewhere around there.
Damn
Boy.
it. All right, I have to wear my Snuggies to practice. Damn it.
Turtleneck.
Yeah, I know. Listen, as long as it's not raining, I'm okay with it.
No, I
I
agree.
have to deal with it, right?
Right.
Because when it rains or snows, that's when I get the problems.
No doubt. No doubt. And everybody, once again, Frank and I are collaborating on some 8-man football. The Monmouth Rage is the team. Look them up on
Do you
Facebook.
pronounce the N? Or is the N silent?
I've heard it both ways. I always
No,
pronounce
it's Monmouth with the N, yes. You pronounce the N, but it's not a strong
Not real strong.
pronunciation.
It's
Monmouth
like
kind
a
of
slight N?
Yeah.
See, I since
A
I've
light
lived here,
N, yeah.
Slight
I've
N.
always answered because, like I say, Monmouth, I don't pronounce the N because
Like a
I
woolly
can never
mammoth.
tell.
No, it's a Monmouth.
Monmouth.
Monmouth. You barely
Monmouth,
hear it, but it's in
Some
there.
people say with the hard N, like Monmouth. No, it's
That's
Monmouth.
that's weird.
Monmouth.
I just say
Like you
Monmouth.
just kind of slide over the N and graze it.
Slide it in right to the
Some-
top.
Is it Tatawa or Tatawa?
Totowa.
Totowa or
Totowa.
Totowa?
Totowa.
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 And Bogota.
Totowa.
Not Bogota, it's Bogota.
Pagoda. Piscataway?
You got any other?
Piscataway, yes,
or,
of course.
I don't know.
What's
Or
that?
the other one is, the big one is Manalapan.
Manalapan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people say
Manalapan.
how do they pronounce it?
Manalapan.
Manalapan or something like that.
I used to do that when I was
Where did you get that from?
I used to call it that, Frank, when I was 8.
My friend lives in Manalapan. My friend lives there, so I have to be able to pronounce that one.
On the banks of the old Manalapan. Oh, I'm sorry, on the old Raritan. Yeah, which is nowhere near Manalapan.
It's so weird. And you know, you guys are so, you know what's so weird about New Jersey is that, so in my job, I talk to people and I find out their addresses, their residences. And it's weird because there's like the borough and the townships. And it's like for example, my zip code is the same as Trenton and Hamilton.
Right.
So Trenton, Hamilton, Robbinsville has the same zip code. It's very confusing. So people say, you live in Trenton? No, I live in Robbinsville. Well, it comes up Trenton.
Right.
Well, I live in friggin' Robbinsville. Okay, it looks like Trenton to me. Shut up. So that's what I can deal with. So I spoke to someone the other day, and it said Red Bank, right?
Right.
So I said, you live in Red Bank. He goes, no, I don't. But Google Maps said Red Bank. Everything's a Red Bank. He's like, I don't live in Red Bank. Why do you keep saying Red Bank? Like, he got so angry
Where
with
do you
me.
live?
Shrewsbury?
He called it Middleborough. Or Middletown.
Middletown. Yeah.
Middletown.
Middletown.
Yeah. He goes, I live in
Middletown.
Middletown. Isn't that the same thing?
No.
But
No,
the zip
Middletown's
is
actually way bigger than Red Bank.
but it's the same zip. And if you Google map it, it comes out Red Bank.
Ta-da!
So I'm saying to the guy, you live in Red Bank. No, I don't. I said, it says Red
Got
Bank.
a Red Bank zip.
He says,
Tell me
I
about it.
don't live in Red Bank. And I was like, what the freak?
Doesn't jerk off. You
Yeah,
want solar
the postal zip codes and areas are all mingled together, you know, and it goes back to when New Jersey, you know, back in 200, 150 years ago, when they had the counties were very, you know, scarce, and they had these big properties. You know, towns had big properties, and now they overlap, but they added, I guess you could call them like sections of the town. And then those became towns, but they just used the same zip code.
Well, like, for example, Old Bridge. That used to be the Old Bridge section of East Brunswick by me. Now it's its own town. I mean, this is not that long ago. This is when I was growing up, you know, in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. You know, certainly the 60s,
Lawrence
of course, when I was
Harbor
real small.
is in Old Bridge.
Which one?
Right? Lawrence Harbor is in Old Bridge.
Yeah, but it's not.
So Cheesequake.
Yeah.
But those
This
are
state
separate
is
towns,
whack.
but they're in Old Bridge.
I know.
This state is wackadoodle. Because let me
Like-
tell you something, in
it's like-
Massachusetts,
it's like
you don't
a
see that.
Think of it this way. If you took New York, right, like Manhattan, and you have the Upper East Side, and you have Hell's Kitchen, you have all these areas of the city.
With Gordon Ramsay.
That's
Hell's Kitchen.
how they are in New Jersey, but those are considered towns inside a town.
Correct. That's different. That's different.
But that's how but that's the same thing in Jersey. You just don't. It's just the way they treat it. I guess.
No, but they get so
the zip code.
I just don't understand that it's 3 zip codes for the same town. I mean, what is that all about?
The 3 towns with the same zip code.
Well, because then you got to build a new post
so
office.
silly.
You got to
So
add in all those workers.
Just
So you just do it out of one.
You got your
post
chocolate
office
and my
you send
peanut
a
butter.
truck to that section of town.
You got your
peanut butter in my chocolate.
But it
Dumb.
tastes great.
It's dumb.
Sadly, Jersey doesn't taste that great anymore.
It's dumb.
That's right.
That's all I gotta say.
Speaking of not tasting great, hey Frank, you ever go up the turnpike and get off exit 9?
I do.
You exit 9?
Yeah, exit 9.
Take a deep breath.
What's the problem?
When you hit like the 2 miles or the 1 mile to go sign, roll the windows down if it's nice out, and take a nice deep breath.
Why do you want me to do that?
Well, why, if I got to do it, so do you.
Why?
It's
What's there? What are you smelling?
the Edgeboro landfill. If the breeze
But
comes
I've
off,
gotten off the turnpike and gone to Route 9 when I'm going to
horrible.
To Freehold.
Exit 9, not Route 9. Exit.
Oh, exit 9. Oh, I think you said
Exit
Route 9. I thought you said
not Route
Route 9. I would say
No,
Route 9. Oh,
no.
that's
Exit
different.
9.
No.
That's different.
It's just when that breeze comes in off the bay, it's like, oh,
Gross.
And it's especially great like in July at 6:30 in the morning when it's already 75 degrees and like 3,000% humidity, and that little breeze comes in, numb.
Gross.
That's why I say Jersey doesn't taste so good anymore. They still have that.
Who's
thing
eating
going.
Jersey?
Well, so to speak.
No, I know. I was just.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm okay.
It's just a foul taste in your mouth. That's
Oh, horrible. Horrible.
It's disgusting.
I can't wait to leave.
I know you want to get out.
Speaking of taste in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
When I used to live in California, I lived in
place you
San
ought to be.
Jose, in
Yeah.
it's the Southern Bay Area, and
So
I
you
lived on
knew-
the
you knew
south
the way.
side of San Jose.
Right?
The next town down, 15, 20 miles, was Gilroy. So
Gilroy!
is the garlic capital of the world, right? That's where
Oh,
all the
yeah.
garlic's
That's
made,
right.
that you put on your pasta and all that,
Sure.
right? In the spring, when they're harvesting and the wind's blowing up through the valley,
Ooh, it'll clear your
you don't
sinuses
smell
out.
anything but garlic all day
Oh.
long. Like, you wake up and there's like garlic in your house.
It's like a garlic film.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yay.
They have, like, the big garlic festival, and it's just all you smell is garlic for like a month.
Wow,
I love garlic.
And I'm like
Yeah.
I said, I'm 20 miles north of it. You know?
George Bailey hanging out with all your garlic eater friends. Rah. Jeez.
I love garlic.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be better than, I don't know, the landfill.
It's definitely better than Linden and that area. It's better than Exit 9.
Oof.
Yeah. So,
Love going past the refineries like you just mentioned, up the turnpike and up Route 1 too. Again,
Yeah.
num. You can taste it. It's like chewing the fumes.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually like the smell of the Linden area.
Ew.
I don't know why.
That's
Ever
like
since I
liking the
was a
smell
kid,
of your own
like,
farts.
Well, no,
when
wait.
we were
Let's not
driving up
hate.
there as a kid, I would always roll down my window, and everybody's like, "Roll up the windows." I'm like, "No, I like the smell."
It's not because you farted and then you just roll down the window so people didn't know.
No, I don't know what it is about it, but I love it. You know what else I love? Hot tar.
Yes.
What?
That I do like.
What?
Hot
Asphalt, hot
smell of
tar.
Hot tar.
Oh no
Oh,
no
yeah.
no no no
Yeah.
no no no
Two
no
different-
no no no
Wait, but listen.
no.
Two different types. The kind you put on the ground that you drive on.
Right?
But
Asphalt.
the other one is the one that's on the pilings down the shore.
Right.
On the poles. That's that tar that's on the pole.
Yep.
Two different smells. Like
Yeah.
them both.
I equate the putting the road bed down or the roadway down years and years and years ago, probably in the mid to late '60s, where my grandparents lived. We had we hung out on the porch that morning because they did the whole street, and I just thought it smelled great. And every time I go
agree.
by a construction zone when they're putting a new asphalt road bed down, I'm like, Hughes Street, Berwick, Pennsylvania, circa 1968. Ooh, how nice.
Love it.
I do.
I love it.
I do. Yeah. So what other than we'll catch you at Rage practice on Saturday, what else you got coming up this weekend, Franco?
Nothing. It's all about the Rage right now. I'm trying to put everything together, and as you know, we're working hard and we're doing all the things we need to do, and between work and Rage, and that's about it.
I hear you.
I don't got nothing else right now until I get that all situated and ready to go. When it's all, I guess I won't feel comfortable until we're out on the field for the first game.
No, I
Until
hear you.
then, I'm always feeling like I need to do more.
That
make sense?
It always was the same way with me, too. By the way, this portion of the program brought to you by Monmouth Rage 8-Man Football. Monmouth Rage 8-Man Football. Check them out, leaguelineup.com/Monmouth-Rage.
What's the zip?
Or look them up on Facebook. Spiegel 60609. No, but look them up on Facebook,
we're
too.
on Facebook,
Monmouth
yeah.
Rage on Facebook. And again, leaguelineup.com/Monmouth-Rage, Monmouth-Rage. You'll find it. And the website's getting updated every now and again, regularly, consistently. And it'll be fun. We'll have all the info on games, where they are. Oh, we got a new practice facility down there as well. We're going to have that listed.
Yeah.
Hoxton Park. It's for those of you who have a loogie problem. We want to see you. Hoxton.
That's disgusting.
Because that's one magic loogie.
You guys are gross.
That's called Hoxton Park.
I gotta change the subject.
That's what it's called.
Well,
Is he gonna stay with us while I'm changing the subject?
I don't know. What subject are you going to?
I could I can stay with you for a few.
Are you
more
gonna
minutes
hang?
And, I got to eat dinner soon before I get in trouble.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt your
boy.
dinner.
At least I got the big meal going on. What are we having? I'll be over, or I won't.
Turkey burgers.
Ooh, them I do like. I got to tell you.
Turkey burgers are good.
I know,
They
me
are.
too. I agree, and healthy. I'm on my Jamaica diet, so me and Lisa are trying to get in
Oh,
shape
that's
for
right. You're trying to
Jamaica.
slim down for
Jamaica
Jamaica.
funk. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Very
Got to
nice.
get into you. So what's your?
That's right.
We got Oscar nominations, don't
Well,
we?
that's actually not what I was going to talk about. But this is the one I really want to talk about.
Go ahead.
Is I watched the Jim and Tammy Faye Baker story.
Oh no! Why would you do
No, it was
that?
good. It was really good. It was really good. No, honestly, I mean, I was a part of that. When PTL Club was huge.
Oh,
I mean, it was
sure.
everywhere, every channel, and everyone. I mean, I was part of that.
He used to tick me off that PTL Club because it was on Channel 11 in the morning when I wanted to watch my cartoons
People
before
loved him.
school.
That's right.
Oh, they
what a nut.
loved
It
him.
drives me crazy.
Oh,
I'm with you,
get that
John.
off of here.
It
And
was
then
always on.
These eyelashes are like 8 feet long. Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Poor
whoa,
Tammy Faye.
whoa.
Poor
whoa.
Tammy Faye.
Yeah, poor Tammy
Well,
Faye.
she died of cancer. And
What?
She died of cancer.
So she
Yeah.
got to move along. Good for her. She's fine.
Why are you so aggressive?
I never liked them. That's why.
No, well, I mean, they're not.
They
I'm
can
not in
bo-
love with them either.
They
but
can both go pound
All right.
sand, and then he's out there selling buckets of food now.
Yeah, he is.
Nerds.
You have to watch. You have to watch that 2020.
Do I have
episode.
to?
Yeah, you kind of do.
This isn't
You
Russia.
shoulda.
This
You
is
shoulda.
Frank,
I'm
is this
making you.
Russia?
Are we talking
I'm
about
making you.
2020? Or are we talking about the movie?
2020.
So
It
wait,
just-
they got
it
an
just
Oscar
aired.
nomination for 2020?
It just aired a couple days ago.
Horrible.
I'm talking about the Oscar nomination. What's it for?
No, what are you talking about? Oh my God.
We were talking about Oscar nomination.
No.
Oscar, use a coaster.
No. Oh my God.
The last I
No.
heard was John say,
Stop listening
"Let's
to
talk about
John."
Oscar
Always
nominations
listen to
and you
John.
Stop
got
listening.
Tammy Faye
Always
Baker.
No,
listen to
Frank.
Always
No,
listen to
no.
This is the second person today who's been all over my shit. I had another jerk off at work give me the business this morning who can also go suck a big one, but I digress.
What happened was John looked at my screen on my computer and it said Oscar nominations, and then John said, "Oh, we're talking about Oscar nominations." I said, "No, not yet. I want to talk about something else," and we start talking about that. So you
the
lost
Queen
that whole
movie got
conversation.
nominated, didn't they?
Yeah, I heard the conversation. I was just thinking
I
on
don't
a different
think you
level.
did.
But now that you state it's a 2020, I understand.
Okay, thank you. So no, I'm just like whatever. You should have watched it. I'm just saying. There's things about it that is very interesting.
Oh God, like
And-
what? The 8 gallons of mascara she used every morning?
Why are you so aggressive?
That's
What's
not
the-
aggressive.
what's
It's just
the-
a fact. She's just a heinous wreck.
Wait, she-
okay, a dead heinous wreck, but whatever.
Oh wow! What did you give money to them and didn't
No,
do something?
no, please,
Why
I'm
are you
not-
so like angry?
Because
They
they
took
just
cartoons off the TV. You don't get it.
hello, they annoyed the hell out of me.
That was
for
fucking
years.
40 years ago.
Well,
Excuse my
it could have been 40
language.
minutes
Hey,
ago.
you
They
hold
still
the grudge.
Oh my God!
Fuck.
What the hell?
Horrible, horrible
You're
people.
so aggressive.
Horrible people.
Well, that being said, I understand they stole a lot of money.
flamethrower
I
that
mean,
place.
I'm not condoning their behavior at all, and I'm certainly not condoning his behavior. And I mean, but you have to watch. You have to see.
Would you want a slice of that? Oh my God. I think he was smart for having a
Listen,
little,
I'm-
something on the side.
I'll give you my opinion. I put him in the same boat as Jim Jones.
Jim Jones killed like 900
I
people.
don't
Kill my cartoons
He
on
killed
Channel
900
11. I'm
people.
very angry with him
What the
still.
hell is
care.
wrong with you guys? You guys are like.
It's the same.
No, it's
the
not.
same
Jim Jones
thing.
killed
And
almost
they
1,000 people.
And David
convinced
Koresh.
people to follow them, and they took their money.
Okay,
Now,
then
Jim
let's.
went the next
Well,
step
if you
and
want to
killed
go
everybody.
there, let's talk about the Church of Scientology. Let's talk about that. That
L. Ron
must follow
Hubbard.
the same thing.
They're
Bunch
in
of
the
nut
same
jobs.
boat. They should be with
Give
Jim
me a
Jones in the
break.
Bunch
same
of freaking
boat.
loonbags
If I
there,
was
too.
Trying to bring up
they'd all be in
something,
the same
and you
boat.
guys are all over me. Don't F with me, because let me tell you something. I'm a Spitfire. I will chew you up and spit you out. Let me tell you.
So the Queen movie got nominated?
Son of a bitch.
That's Mr. Son of a
I'm
Bitch
going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that's very interesting about this. I'm going to say my one thing I need to say, because then I'm going to move on.
Right.
Because y'all are pissing me off. But that's what I'm going to tell you, right? Both of you are supporters or were supporters of Ronald Reagan, correct?
I can neither confirm nor
Reagan, yeah.
deny.
Yes
Yeah, I
or
was
no?
a
It's a
big
yes.
supporter. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we're right.
Ronaldus
Okay.
Magnus.
How
of
about
course.
you, Frank?
I joined the military when Reagan was in office.
Okay.
I
But
didn't
yeah.
send him any money, though.
You want to
Holy
hear
crap.
something? You want to know why you want to watch that 2020 episode?
Oh, God. What
I'll
did he
tell you
do?
why.
What did he do?
I'll tell you why. Ronald Reagan was a huge supporter of the PTL Club and Tammy Faye Baker. And there's footage
You've ruined it for me now.
of how close he was to them. Dinners. He went to the PTL Club. He was actually a guest on the PTL Club. They went to see him. There was a love affair. Now here's the crazy thing. Jim Baker had an interview with Ronald Reagan when he was nominated for the for president, and he said, "I want you people to go out there and vote for Ronald We're going to get hundreds. I want all my supporters to vote for Ronald Reagan." And
He already had Alzheimer's at that point. No wonder he was on that
They had
thing.
said that the swing vote was the PTL Club because they at that time had thousands and thousands and thousands of voters, and that Jim Baker and Tammy Faye Baker, they actually supported Ronald Reagan and actually promoted him on their show, and then he won.
So,
What happened after? Here's the question.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Hold
My
on,
point
No.
being,
Well, hold on.
Let-
Did
I
he?
gotta
Hold
respond.
on. One moment. Did that symbiosis continue after the 1980 election?
it did until things started to go bad for Jim Baker because there is some footage after he was elected as president of Jim Baker at the White House.
We got another phone call. Who's on the air? Hey, welcome to REALTOwn. Keeping it real.
Hello? Who that is?
Who it is?
Speak up. I can't hear you. Don't be shy.
Frank, you still there?
I'm still here. I don't
All right.
I know we have
I
a
thought
phone
we had
call,
the
but
second one. Who's the other caller on the line?
they're there. Oh, maybe it's like wait, heavy breathing. Is there heavy breathing? Maybe this is like a crank call. Like, ooh. No, that's Frank.
It's very obscene.
That was me. Sorry.
Well, if we
All right,
did-
whatever. You want to listen? You want to be
Hey.
up close and personal with
my.
John and Tracy?
Oh
You
my.
can.
Oh my. For a fee.
So anyway, I thought that was really interesting because I didn't know that at
Amusing, but
all
not cheap.
about Ronald Reagan. I did not know that.
No,
Did you know that?
I had
Well, here's-
I had forgotten about
Here's
that he
here's
was in
my
line with
opinion
some of that.
this, right?
Okay. Go, Frank.
When Jim sat down with Ron and said, "Hey, Ron, we're going to give you my voters," or whenever they sat down, when you're saying he went there and he had dinners with them and all this, did he come out and tell Ron, "Hey, listen, I got a scam going right here. You
No,
won't
of course not.
believe
No,
what I'm doing."
Of course not. No, he
Right?
didn't. No. Of course not.
So
No,
so
Ronald
Ron
Reagan.
is just a
You're missing my
believer like
point.
everybody
Are you
else.
missing my point? You're missing my point.
No, I'm not missing your point. I'm just saying Ron was a believer like everybody else, so he friended this guy and he wanted to be a part
No
of whatever
shit.
was going on because he thought it was a good thing until he found
what
out
you
it
were
was a
saying.
scam.
No shit. I know, Frank. I know. I'm not faulting Ronald Reagan for befriending him, especially before all. No, that's not the reason. What I'm saying is that a lot of they felt that he won the election because he had so many followers at the time. At that time,
Well, it was
Jim
big.
and Tammy
It was
Faye
very
Baker
big. It was
were
very big.
everything.
Oh,
I
They
mean,
were-
they had hundreds
every-
of thousands.
They were
hundreds
they
of
were,
thousands.
What was that development? That whole little.
They had that amusement park
America-
thing.
America something or other.
Legion, yeah.
they were having a whole,
Sure.
I want to say development, but it was a whole. Like you said, it was homes, it was shopping,
Yes,
it was
everything.
amusement. It was down in
They were
Tennessee.
everything.
I forget the name of
And
it.
I get it because a lot of presidential hopefuls they gravitate to, but more so now than back then. That
Ooh.
wasn't something that people did. See that's the thing.
Right,
Now,
right.
you saw Clinton. Actually, Clinton went on Arsenio Hall, and Obama goes on Jimmy Fallon, like all that stuff. That happens now, but back then, they didn't
Never
do
happened.
that.
Never.
So
Well,
Ronald
don't
Reagan was the
forget,
only president.
Reagan had that former actor
Well, he was
cachet
correct.
to him,
Correct.
too.
So he knew that. But here's the thing.
Right.
So he went to them, or they went to him, whatever the case may be.
They got
But
together.
the support was there, and a lot of people believed at the time that the reason he won, or a substantial reason as to why he won the presidency, was because he had 100% support from the PTL Club and John and Tammy Faye Baker. Now, I'm not saying
Right.
anything bad about Ronald Reagan.
No,
I
no,
actually
no,
like
no,
Ronald
no.
Reagan. I'm saying he didn't know. He's just doing what he had to do.
Here's the thing. Back in 1980, going into what would have been his presidential run, let's go back to late 78 through 79. Not only were there difficult times economically and presidentially, if you remember, because President Carter, the one thing he did well was foreign policy with Israel and Egypt. Outside of that, the economy was a mess. Went in to try to save the hostages, and that thing literally blew up. So that went very badly. So there was not a whole lot of, the eagle was flying kind of low, and everybody's jowls were kind of, drooping a little bit. Then you got these cats from down in Tennessee who are saying, "Praise the Lord," PTL,
Sure.
a little glimmer of sunshine.
Right.
Okay, this is far before the mid to
Yes.
late 80s. This is about
It
a
was
decade.
before all
about a
Jessica
decade
Hahn.
or
It was
so
before that stuff, right?
All
right.
that shit hit the fan, so to
Correct,
speak.
correct.
So you have all this little glimmer that became a bigger and bigger and bigger glimmer of positivity, upbeat, can do. Religious faith to whatever degree you wanted to buy in, literally or figuratively. And you know what? Here's a bunch of people who dig this couple, and they're cut out of the then general Reagan bolt of cloth, conservative Christian, what have you, more conservative than not, because this is going back, almost 40 years, and my memory is good, but it ain't that good anymore. But here's what it was. Yes, they connected. He muckled onto that group, and then they to him, and it was helpful. I'm sure.
A little more than helpful.
Well,
I'll say that.
Of course, but I mean, it was helpful.
Yeah.
I remember this being a thing. Until you mentioned it, Tracy, had forgotten how big.
I didn't remember at all.
Oh yeah,
I didn't remember that at all.
Because there was all these little factions, these sub factions, not unlike say the PTL organization or Pat Robertson 700 Club, which was another one of them that ruined my cartoons. Damn it.
Yep.
But I digress.
Did you know that Jerry Falwell took over the PTL Club?
Yeah.
And after there was like a huge. I mean, it was.
But then he went off the rails.
Yeah, he did. See, that's what's so great. Listen, the story itself, no matter how you feel about Tammy, I keep saying Tammy, and Jim Bakker, no matter how you feel, it's a very interesting watch. That's all I'm saying. Whether you hate them, loathe them, or love them, I don't care. But it's a very interesting watch.
As a kid who was in his teens and then a young guy into his 20s when all this thing was unfolding, I just wasn't into him. And again, in the early part of it, all I knew was first it was Richard Simmons came on and
they showed that on that
and sabotaged my Popeye cartoons.
They showed
that.
They showed Richard Simmons.
And then
they had a lot of guests
on there. Then it was Tammy Faye and what's his name, Jim Bakker and Tammy Faye. They sabotaged my Popeye cartoons. Then I'm like 15 and don't care. Then I'm like 24 and 5 and all this is hitting the fan and I'm like,
this sounds like were you damaged by this?
He's a little cynical, I think.
No, I just got a little ticked off because
anyway.
it disrupted my situation.
I'm just telling you, but it's a very interesting watch.
And objectively speaking, I can't even imagine all the subtexts.
There's so much to it. There's so many things about that story. All I knew is this. That they scammed a ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
They bought a lot of stuff. They used a lot of donations for stuff for themselves.
Yeah.
And he had the affair with Jessica Hahn. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I knew nothing else. And this is a 2-hour special.
2 hours
and
special.
2 hours. And it dug really deep. And there were things in there I had no idea about. I never heard about. So that's why I'm saying it was very interesting to watch. Whether you hate them or not, I encourage you just to watch it because it's an interesting watch. Like, just to get that out, it just took everything. You just completely soaked all of, like, the energy out of me. I'm just like, I'm complete. I'm
spent. Right out.
Was that wrong?
I'm spent now.
Is it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, kind of. You didn't even give me a chance. Oh, that's the same as Jim Jones. It's the same thing. What the hell is going on?
No, I said David Koresh.
No, whatever. Crazy. Hey, you guys are nuts.
NVTS nuts.
Welcome back, Frank. Nuts. Peace.
Listen, quick take on politics.
Oh boy.
That right there, what we're talking about, is what's wrong with politics.
Okay.
Well, the beginning of.
Careful. Here we go.
No, I'm just saying, when Jim Bakker tells his hundreds of thousands of people to vote for Ronald Reagan because he said so, and then they go do it, That's the problem with politics.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that
Everybody
what's going
should
on
vote for
now?
who they personally feel, not for what somebody tells them what to do.
That's the way it's been for. What are you talking about?
For
This
time
ain't new.
immemorial,
But
this
that's
is.
Don't you
Yeah.
remember?
What I'm saying is
Don't
that's
you remember
the
Arsenio
problem.
Hall
You have-
and he played the saxophone? Clinton, they're like, oh, shit, I'm gonna vote for
Right.
him. That's all that matters.
Oh, he's cool. I'm going to vote for him.
That,
He was cool, but he was also very
right,
intelligent.
but
He
that's
was a
the
road
problem.
scholar.
People go and do what somebody tells them instead of doing research into
Oh.
what's what, and
Oh.
now we are where we are because
You heard
of
about
these kinds of
Nexium?
things.
Nexium.
Should we
There
try
you
this?
go.
Hey, should we
the
try
brand
this
new
again?
cult.
Should we try this again? Looks like
Another
another
call?
phone call.
Okay.
Who's up on the line? Welcome to Real Town, keeping it real. Hello?
Hey, John and Tracy.
Who it is?
Oh, that sounds like Rob Winter.
Is it?
Exactly correct.
Rob Winter.
I didn't make it in today. I was feeling a little under the weather. What's going on?
I miss
Roberto?
you. I miss you, Rob.
I miss you too, Tracy.
Oh, I'm so sad. I can't even. Hearing your voice makes me cry.
Don't cry.
I'm gonna try not to. What's going on, Rob Winter?
Nothing. I tried to call before, but I had Facebook running, and there was like a huge delay, and it sounded like a mess, and so I
Okay.
decided to reach back out and just surprise you all.
I'm so
and,
excited.
you know,
I'm so excited to hear from you. I seriously am. I miss you. I think about you all the time. I'm like, what's Rob Winter doing? Like, what would Rob Winter do? Like, that's usually how I go up throughout my day.
WWRWD.
I
What
know.
would Rob Winter do?
I know. My radical friend. Every time I open up a Facebook post, it has like a machine gun on it. I'm like, oh, how can I not love Rob Winter? How can I not love Rob Winter?
From my cold, dead hands.
I'm always like, you know what? It's so funny when the House of Hits. I don't know if Rob. That's the way we refer to you know what the House of Hits.
Where
so when the House of
Rob.
when the House of Hits, every time they get rid of someone, I think they're gonna come back and do something bad. I said they better not do anything to Rob Winter because that'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of it. Then they all better duck and get under the desk.
Well, I told you they called the security on the one guy they let go.
I know they did.
Holy crap.
Wrong guy.
so who was that? What was his name again? He didn't last very long.
One of the other
Guy.
Guy 2, Guy B. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh,
So
okay.
funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Well, you know, I don't know if, John, are you aware that it's like last June that I actually cleared everything off my desk that's like important to me? I mean,
Well, that's
I've been.
it's going to be less than 2 minutes and I'm out the door.
Well,
Yeah.
I've started just gathering a few things here and there. I got to get more vigilant on that. I don't not for no reason other than, yeah.
That's crazy. But you know, this is the thing.
I've lasted this long.
That's what you got. I'll tell you something though. Have you listened to Chris?
Jim and Tammy Faye Baker?
No, not
Oh.
Jim and Tammy Faye Baker.
What?
Oh my God! Oh my
Well, you
God!
can't listen to Tammy Faye. She's assumed room temperature.
She's very much dead. Poor thing.
You know what she's doing now, don't you? What's that? Decomposing.
Oh my God! No, I was gonna say if you listen to Scott and Chris's podcast.
Whoa, hey,
Have you listened to their podcast?
No.
It's really good.
No,
you have to
I
listen to it.
haven't.
It's all like they dedicate it to veterans. So they talk to a whole bunch of veterans like around the world. Like it's really, really good.
Head to head.
Yeah.
I mean, we're good, but they really like push the envelope. They added like all this stuff. You have to see it. I have to show you. But
That's good stuff.
you have to check that out, Rob, because you'd like it. Because you know they talk a lot about you know
I'll
the
take a
military
peek at it.
and-
I'll take a peek at it.
you like that.
I've seen them like pitching it on Facebook, but haven't gotten around to like sitting down and listening to the podcast lately.
Yeah, they're really good. So what else is going on? How's the kids?
The kids are awesome. You know, my son. I don't know if you were aware of this. No, I don't think you were. My son is now a second-degree black belt. He's a senpai now.
He's going to kick your ass.
He does. He does that already.
Oh. You better wait till he gets old enough and you say, like, he asked for the car and you tell him no, and then he kicks your ass and then he takes the keys and leaves.
Oh. All right, you can have the
I'm
Buick.
just going to have to avoid that confrontation and just buy him a car right off the bat.
Well, your daughter's driving now, too, right? Your daughter's driving, isn't she?
No, she's not driving yet. We just bought her a truck, though. I thought it was going to take a lot longer to find something decent for her. But first time we went out shopping for a car for her, we found one.
Oh, wow.
So I figured, why wait? We bought it. Now she's learning how to pay for insurance and making a car payment.
No, that's
before
good.
She even gets
that's
her
good.
No, that's good. That's actually good. That's very smart. You know what? Congratulations to you, because you know what? A lot of parents do that. They buy the car, give them the key, and wave goodbye. And the next thing you know, there's like, they don't know what the hell's going on. So very good.
Exactly correct. My father did it to me, too. You want a car, you got to pay me.
That's
You
nice.
know, he bought it. I had to give him the money back, and then I had to pay for my insurance. So why should my kids be any different?
I like that.
Responsibility.
I like that. Rob Winter.
That's it.
I'm so happy to hear your voice. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Quick about? We never even talked about it. So now, what do you think about Walking Dead now that Rick's gone?
It's becoming interesting. I really didn't like to see Rick go, and you know that he's not gone in the sense of the character.
Correct.
So him disappearing from the show, it's put a big question mark over it. But I like what they've done so far with those last few episodes after his disappearance.
Me too.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with his character when they do the Walking Dead movies that they've been talking about.
And let me tell you something. The whispers scare the crap out of me.
Oh, yeah. Anybody that puts dead skin on their face has got to scare the crap out
Oh
of you.
yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
I know John doesn't watch it, but oh boy,
Ugh.
they've been the promos. I get scared like I'm watching a horror movie. I'm like, ah. I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I love that whole concept. I'm into it.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's going to get really good. I'm hoping that they, because, you know, I've been watching Fear the Walking Dead, and I know you don't like that. You gave up on it a while back.
I did.
But now there's hints of Morgan trying to return to Alexandria. But not only that, Dwight is actually making the crossover to Fear the Walking Dead.
I know
as
you
well.
sent it to me. You sent it to me. Remember? You sent me the story.
Yeah. Yeah. So now it's more threads are starting to connect between the two shows. I would not doubt it if they just blend it all into one.
Yeah.
And bring everybody together.
I'll give it another
Maggie
shot.
Gray, all them.
Yeah, I'll give it another shot just because you said so. And you're watching the new Star Trek too? They started a new season, right?
Oh, yes, they did.
I love Star Trek. You're such a
There's
Trekkie.
John with his communicator.
You're such a Trekkie. You love your Star Trek.
Let me tell you, what they've done with Star Trek on this new series is incredible. Have you been watching it at all?
No, and because I have too much to watch, but it's on my bucket list to watch because you told me. That's why.
It's a binge watch list.
It's on Blu-ray right now. I mean, I don't know if you can rent it, but I heard it's on Blu-ray. I got the streaming service. I cannot wait a year for it to come out on Blu-ray just to watch it.
Your head would explode.
Well, I'm a diehard fan, so it's like I'll pay the extra $10 a month just to have it.
Yeah.
And they're doing a fantastic job with it. I like it. I love it.
Wow. Whoa.
He wants some more of it.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's
I mean, even Sonequa Martin Green,
Yeah.
Sasha,
Yeah.
her character is amazing. She does such a great job on this.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch it.
Incredible.
I'm going to have to watch it.
Oh, yeah. It's really, really, really good.
Wow.
A really good addition to the Star Trek
No, we're
universe.
going to have to watch it.
TV Corner with Rob Winter, brought to you by Hulu. Hulu, when you're looking to watch TV, but you really don't want to pay so much for it. TV Corner with Rob Winter, Wednesdays on Real-Town with John and Tracy.
Oh, there you go. You just got a segment.
Oh, and Tracy.
Wait, what happened to
Tracy.
Frank? Did Frank get gone? Did Frank get gone? Oh, he did? Oh, you want to go eat? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're sorry. We're just we had another person before, and then he left to go get his dinner. So we're just wondering if where he went.
I bored him.
No.
Rob Winter now boarding at gate 3. Oh, wrong kind of board. Sorry.
But
Well,
just to let you know, Tracy, aware of it, there is also another Star Trek series in the works bringing back Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, because that's like my favorite. I love that. That's my favorite. I love that.
So what you're saying, Rob, is that they should make it so? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Make it
you.
so.
Thank you.
Nice reference.
Absolutely.
Make it so.
Oh, I like that. I wonder if they'll bring back like Data and Number One and Deanna Troy. What about all them?
I know.
Well, it's hard to say because the premise behind it is that this is what's happening with his character after the 5-year mission, after he's stepped down from captain of the Enterprise.
Right.
So it's taking a different direction for him. And he didn't want to come back unless the story really compelled him. So to get him back in the captain's chair is an amazing feat
Ooh.
for him.
I'm gonna watch that too.
So we'll see.
Excited.
We'll see.
I'm excited.
Star Trek lives, baby. Star Trek lives.
Star Trek.
Big doings, man, in the Trekkie world. The Trekkie world. I see. I go back to the original. That's the ones that I
William
always
Shatner.
enjoyed. Yeah, again, George Takei. Oh, bye. Very greatly.
Oh, bye.
Koenig as what's his name?
Nice.
Koenig as Chekhov. You had Lieutenant Uhura, of course, Spock. All the guys.
The original.
Scotty. I mean, those. I told you, Rob, when I was probably about 11 or maybe 12. You remember the action figure sets that they used to have, and then actually the Enterprise bridge, with the transporter and all. I think I was 11. I think sixth grade. Somewhere at the house, it's there. It is there.
You still have it.
Plus, I've got the Evel Knievel, stunt van and motorcycles, and I got the Snake River Canyon, capsule bike. I got the chopper. I got the chopper. I got the chopper. I got the two jump bikes, man. I got all that kind of stuff. I'm back in 75, 76. So, but yeah, the Star Trek set. That was huge. Oh, I used to love that, man. That was
My favorite episode.
That was my jam.
My favorite episode was The Trouble with Tribbles.
With Tribbles, with Alan Fudge of the Mothers-in-Law. P.S. Kay Ballard of the Mothers-in-Law died yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Didn't know that.
Now you know.
Now you
okay,
know.
moving along.
All right. Rob Winter. I'm so glad you're alive and well and employed. I'm so glad.
Alive. Well,
He's a little unwell. He wasn't in today. You sound a little stuffy there, Roboito. You okay?
No, actually, it's the other end that's bothering me.
What?
Oh,
Yes,
TMI.
thank you.
TMI.
People think it's funny, but it's really hot and runny. Thank you.
Gross. Such a man thing. Such a man thing.
You don't want to be sitting in your Chevy when your pants feeling heavy. You just don't.
No.
And it's not fun when you're running through the bush and you hear that squish, squish either. I got to tell you, it's just not where you want to be.
Oh, Lord.
I love you guys.
Oh.
Again, 11. Thank you.
Hey, Carl is supposed to be setting up a night where we can get together.
Yeah, we should get together. You know what? Honestly, Al Waller's been asking me to go out for the longest time, and during Christmas I was supposed to meet up with him, and then it didn't work out. So I've been trying to meet up with him. So we need some sort of get together. I think that would be a good thing to do.
Well, that one thing we do. Did you go that one time, Rob? I'm going to say it was a couple of Christmases ago. We went up 130 after work that one time. I don't remember.
City Streets with
That's
Andy.
It. Yeah. I mean, even something like
that.
that.
Was a good time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we could do that.
So just a little, just a little fellowship. You know what I mean? A little socialization. You know, I mean, there's some folks who I could do without, I guess, but
well, we only invite who we want to invite. Period.
Exactamundo.
Well,
Exactly. We want it to be fun, don't we?
Oh, the cool kids.
Yes. Yeah, cool kids only.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Whoop, there it is.
Yeah, because God knows if I'm out and about and someone I don't appreciate ends up in that crowd, who knows what I'll do? Because I'm out of control, as you know.
Out there.
You can't control me. You got to get rid of me because you can't control what I say because it's so out there.
You can't control her. You can only hope to contain her.
Can't do it. I went somewhere where people appreciate me.
Okay, step it down.
I appreciate you, Tracy.
Thank you, Rob Winter. You're the best. Some people I care about.
See?
You are one of them, and Mr. Rob Winter.
That's a good thing, man. It's a caring little triad here.
And I still
Gino over there as well. There he is.
Yeah, I still talk to my Chris and Scott. They're doing very well. I was on the phone with Andy Braun the other day. It's all my peeps. I keep my peeps in tow.
That's it.
I love
That's
it.
There you go, baby.
Good stuff.
There you go.
We see you tomorrow, you think there, Rob, or what are you thinking?
I'm gonna let the alarm clock judge.
In your ass.
I don't think it's the alarm clock we need to worry about.
It's the alarm clock in his ass.
I actually had to call out of physical therapy tonight. That's how unreliable my stomach is.
Unreliable. That's a problem.
Sexy.
Yeah. Oof.
You know what I mean.
Oh,
I'm
been
trying
there.
to keep it.
I have no idea because girls don't poop. So.
Okay, it's just glitters and rainbows that come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we can say poop.
Girls don't poop.
No, it's just, again, Rob, you don't realize it's glitters, clouds of glitters, and just rainbows.
Out of my ass, yes.
Okay,
Right.
that serious. No,
Listen, I won't even pass gas in front of a man. Let's put that.
boy.
It doesn't happen.
Rainbows and bunny farts.
No, seriously, I'd rather have a stomach ache and be nauseous than have that happen. That's how I feel.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Ironically enough, it was my last night of physical therapy too. And they were like, "Oh, Rob, you're not coming. We had a graduation party planned for you. We've got
man, it's a whole scene.
We had a cake so you can shit your brains out after you eat it.
By the way, this segment brought to you by Squatty Potty. Squatty Potty, when you have to go and need to evacuate everything, it's Squatty Potty. Check them online at squattypotty.com or on Facebook. Squatty Potty. You'll thank me later.
Squattypotty.com. Squattypotty.com. That's right.
Yes, sir. And known and loved by the likes of celebrities, including one Howard Stern.
Squatty Potty?
Oh,
yeah. Swears by it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Robin, I got to tell you, if you want a thorough evacuation, you got to get Squatty Potty.
Squatty Potty.
Ooh, Squatty Potty. Yes, that's right, Robin.
Oh,
You know,
my.
I haven't listened to Stern since he left K-Rock.
Oh, God.
Oh boy, that was 2005.
5,000 years ago.
That was 14. So for 14 years.
His last episode when he was like marching down the street headed towards Sirius headquarters.
Right.
And that was it. That was the last time. Because at the time, I swore to myself, I'm not paying for radio.
A lot of people didn't want to pay.
Satellite to listen
I
to
refuse to pay what otherwise I get for free.
Yeah, now look what I'm doing. I'm paying for Hulu. I'm paying for Netflix.
Yes.
I'm paying for CBS.
See, it's a Star Trek.
It's
on
America,
CBS,
baby.
yeah.
You're going to pay for everything.
Happy birthday. Yay.
No, you know what's the irony of this is that when Star Trek Discovery was released, I found out that it's only here in the United States that it is on CBS All Access.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Everywhere else in the world, Yeah, everywhere else in the world, it's on Netflix.
Wow. So if I
What's
lived
up with
in
that?
Barbados, I could get it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Ooh.
If I move to Thailand, I can get it on Netflix.
Wait, my family in
But I can't get
Canada.
it here.
I have family in Canada. Maybe they can like get it and then send it to us.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Little clandestine
Have them
over the border.
Drop it onto a DVD and send it my way.
There you go.
Send it my way.
There you go. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I'm gonna have to poke around in my Canadian friends and see if anybody's like putting it on DVR.
Hey, just think, they might have a money-making idea there. You know.
A very lucrative opportunity.
Listen, in Canada, you can get codeine over the counter. Let's just keep that out. You don't have to get a prescription for codeine.
So you got that going for
there.
Yeah. I mean, let's.
No, not Imodium, Rob. That's codeine.
Imodium 8.
First things first.
Well, you know what? I mean, both will solve my problem. I mean, Imodium will actually solve the problem. The other one will just not make me care.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
It's a combination.
It's a beautiful thing.
Dual purpose.
Well, chemicals are our friends, Rob. You know that.
Absolutely.
Rob, you should call in more often. We like having you on the show. We should have you
Indeed.
in like a regular same. Maybe you could do like our
TV Corner with Rob
TV
Winter.
corner with Rob Winter. We should do that.
Brought to you by Hulu. Hulu, when you want to watch TV, but you don't want to watch the same old garbage, it's Hulu. Spiegel, Chicago, 60609.
What the? What are you talking about? What is happening?
Yeah.
I know he's definitely in that mood. We'll do Rob Winter's TV corner.
Right.
We'll add that in. We'll have to do that, but that means you have to stay on top of it because you can't call in and say, "Yeah, I didn't watch TV."
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, that won't work. So you really have to stay on top. If you commit to this, you got to have a story to tell.
I really wanted to watch the Connors last night, but I fell asleep.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep. You can't fall asleep.
Yeah. My wife is going to be like, "What the heck are you watching?" Hey, it's for work.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's enough, sweetie.
Yeah.
Are you getting paid for this? It's not so much in money, but it's just the satisfaction I get to spreading good TV cheer all across the land.
I just want to make this clear that does not include porn.
Oh.
That is not a part of the TV corner.
I was just going to say, what's the topic this week, Rob? Filipino horn?
And who's the victim, I might ask, okay?
That's why I had to clarify. Because I know where your mind is, you know.
Well, if you want to sneak one of them in every once in a while, I guess we wouldn't grouse too much. Wink, wink.
In the gutter.
Oh, man. Good stuff, though. Good stuff.
Well, we love you very much, Rob Winter, and we miss you. Or I miss you. You see him every day.
I miss him, too, because I'm now on the other side of the damn... I was right next to him. And now I'm on the other side of the house.
That's right. That's right.
Tracy, you don't. I don't think you're aware of what's going on. John got moved from right next to me to the other side of the room, over by Keith's office.
Mm-hmm.
I am forced to sit directly in front of Rick Snyder
Still?
and Craig Betsy.
You still there? Oh my Lord!
Yeah, they're not going to move me.
Oh my
Are
God!
you kidding?
Torture. That's torture.
I am Dari.
I am Dowie.
I mean, I had to get out of there, but I wasn't bucking for where I was ultimately put. That was not the idea. And now I get
Yeah.
all
It's
day.
just recently that Donna got moved directly behind me. I had the whole aisle right there all to myself.
Oh wait, she get
There's
my old
nobody
seat?
sitting.
She get my old seat?
She's got two up. She's got Jackson's old seat.
Oh, Jackson's old seat.
Because she was saying that, I guess, the little hen party she used to sit amongst was
She's
just,
moved like 5 times.
was just too much. I couldn't concentrate. I'm like,
How many
oh,
times
okay.
can she move? I mean, she moved like 3 times before I left. Ugh. Unbelievable. Stop.
This is, it might go 18 seconds and then
That's a problem. That's
I
like
know.
medication.
But wait a minute. You go into one of the big trainings, silence for an hour.
That's why when you told me, I was surprised. I said, how could he be doing that? Because I've been in training with him. I've never heard anything.
Because you didn't sit right behind him.
Does Rob, would you know who you're talking about?
Probably.
Rob,
Right,
do you know who he's
yeah, right
talking
behind
about?
me. Doesn't want you to sit on his desk.
Doesn't let you sit on his desk?
Yeah, because I'm begrudgingly one of the team leaders this quarter. So okay, break it up to your teams. So they all come over and go, okay, Rob, how much you got today? I have $85,000. Okay, very good. And whoever else. And then he was sitting on the desk one time and comes back and says, I really don't appreciate you sitting on my desk. What? I really don't appreciate you sitting on my desk because there could be, I don't know, bacteria.
You could fart on my desk.
I'm like, Rob, don't fucking move, man. Just. No, seriously, I really wish you.
I just looked at him and I'm like, okay.
Well, what I'm thinking about that is, it's like having Baba Booey every freaking, because Gary, will you knock it off? Ooh, volleyball. You see? And it's the same thing, except I don't get the volleyball. Okay, it's and then once in a while he'll go and then I'll go over to DiMatteo and go, hey Mike, what? and he'll start. So we get the three of us going, and the real perpetrator's like, I don't get it. I'm like, okay, you know what?
I hope Tomatio's listening today too, because he listens sometimes to our show. So I hope he is.
Well, you know what the funny thing was, with that thing with Shuck and Zahar,
right?
The one day that they both took their chairs with them.
Yeah, they did to their own respective little group ropes. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Well, I don't want to get sick anymore. And I just don't really appreciate it. What? What?
Here's
Speak
the
up.
part. When we broke up, going back to our desks.
Yeah.
I passed off, and he goes, hey, you like that? I go, well, you're not going to like what I did with your keyboard. And he looks at me, just think of a credit card swipe.
Oh, my. Oh.
Watch out for the space bar.
I'm volleyball. And then...
Stop, I can't.
Oh, Tracy.
Oh.
We had such a good time when John was sitting to my right, and of course Bill Ockford is to my left.
Yep.
And we would all start doing that. all three of us would get going. John, I gotta tell you, I keep it alive with Bill. Bill
That's
even sometimes does it on his own.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Yeah. Gotta
Nice.
keep it alive. All of a sudden he's like, and I'm like, and then he comes back. And I could tell Rick and Craig are like looking at each other like, what the hell is that?
Well, now what you got to incorporate, because I've started doing this too over by me, and DiMatteo gets it. Of course he gets it. He listens all the time. You get a little Jackie in there. Jackie the Joke Man. Oh. So,
I told you I got the finger from Craig one time when I did that on his way out the door.
Good.
He was like, because you know how Craig is always like.
Oh, he's got that going too.
What is it with that?
I did that as he was putting his jacket on. He was headed to the door, and who's calling? Galway, New Jersey. I don't know anybody in Galway.
That's for me. I'm not there.
He was on his way to the door, and he went, and I went, and he turned around. And he gave me the finger.
Wow.
He actually gave me the finger.
Rob, you're number one.
Oh,
wow,
my God.
That's great.
That is the best.
Now his is different. His you can hear all the way across the big, giant, great big room. His
yeah.
What? You think that beard would act as a mute? Oh no! Oh no! Nope. What I especially love is when he comes traipsing over, talking to one of his peeps like an aisle over, and I got like, oh my God, I got to get up and go get a water or something.
Oh my God!
That happens every day. This is no comedy.
It's reality.
This is no comedy. It's real life.
Oh my God! You know what? Seriously, I wish someone could record that. You might lose your jobs though. I wouldn't want that. But man,
Oh, please,
man,
please. We're just having fun. It's just.
You can't have fun over there. You know that, right? I was having fun and I lost my job over it.
I'm sorry.
I
know.
Man, I can't make jokes.
But you got to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Well, it's out there in public now, Rob. I think the horse is out of the barn.
The cat's out of the bag. Oh, my God. That's
I'm not at work. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, you can. You pretty much can.
Oh, gosh.
Just don't say somebody's drinking the Kool-Aid because that'll get you terminated.
Or
don't
discuss dog shock collars either. That's probably not your best move.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Yeah. Holy crap!
Unbelievable.
Wow. Well, it's getting to be about that time, kid.
If I actually came into work one day wearing one.
Who? What?
A shock collar.
Who did? Wait a minute.
A shock collar.
Who did that?
No, I was just going to say, would it be out of the question if I came in?
No. I mean, now it's all about
only if there's a leash attached.
It's all about the timing too. Okay. There was a point. I'm going to say, I don't know, last April, May-ish, where that timing would have been perfect. Yeah, it's all about the timing. It's all about the timing. It may come back, and if it does, I'm depending upon you.
Just keep me abreast of what happens.
Or two. Thank
Or
you.
two.
Thank you. No, man. I mean, it's all about the timing. I mean, let him. Hey, we're just having some laughs,
It all depends on who's holding the remote.
Well, for one thing, and not for nothing, Rob, and I think you get I've told people this, and even people up the ladder just a piece, that there really is not one person in there that I can't and or don't, listen to my words, can't or don't get along with. And there you have it. Well, but there you have it, though. I mean, it's I'm not out.
You do what you got to do.
Right, and I'm not out to grind in over intentional acts. If there's something, that said, if there's something to be said, I'm going to say it. I had a little micro explosion this afternoon during the session we had that came out of the blue, because it was an hour session, and then I just need 15 more minutes now that the DeWalt guys are done. I'm like, oh, come on, you got to be freaking kidding me. Whoops, that was a little loud. My bad.
Oops.
Yeah, well.
Oh man.
So it goes.
Good times.
We're going to have a conversation at work tomorrow.
Well, if everything comes out all right beforehand, and then we'll visit tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Take care of you first.
Yeah. All right, Rob, we're going to wrap up over here. You do what you have to do. Keep the Charmin handy, and we'll hopefully we'll catch you on in the AM on the FM, everybody.
Well, I thank you for calling, Rob. I'm really glad you did.
Not a problem, Tracy. I love you.
I love you too.
Love you, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, be good.
Later, brother.
Peace,
Later.
peace and hair grease, or whatever grease you put on your bald head, because he ain't got any hair.
I know.
Bye. Good stuff.
There you go.
Our pal Rob Winter. He lives down toward Times River, does he?
Yeah,
not?
he lives up there. He's a good hike. He's a good hike up there.
He's got a bit of a haul to
That
get to
was great though. That's that's great.
Gene, I got to tell you, that is a day in the life. All right.
Unbelievable.
Never mind. I heard the news. Oh boy, I heard the. Oh boy.
See, this is a good thing that I'm not there, because I would have gotten fired. So, yeah, I would have gotten fired. Oh wait, Oh, yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Whatever.
We believe that kind of attitude is discretionary to the attitudinal pontifications on the floor. Wait, what?
Yeah. Jokes, just jokes.
Yeah.
I make jokes. I'm funny.
Upbeat.
Some people appreciate my humor.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Upbeat, lighthearted.
Yeah.
But, we do what we do. I'm glad Rob called in. And he
Me
is,
too.
man. He's all over that TV like a cheap suit in the
I know. I like
rainstorm.
it, though.
I agree.
I know he's into that. We'll
I
have
agree.
to we'll have to revisit that down the road.
I will certainly.
Poor
have a
Frank. Frank
conversation.
had to eat. We just totally we're like, oh, Rob Winter's here.
Yeah, he's here, Frank. Bye.
Bye, Frank. Go eat. Frank's
who?
like, I'm going to eat.
Frank who? What? Sorry?
Oh, that's so funny.
Did he really?
Yeah,
He probably had to
he's
eat.
like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. He didn't even say anything. He was like, yeah, click.
I've got a bit of a domineering voice. Yes, Rob. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
He's got a bit of that Shatner-esque.
We have 5 minutes left.
What's the cadence to him a little bit?
Yeah, he does. I love him. I love him.
Oh, I do too. I think he's great. I think he's great.
So I just want to touch on this quick because we only have 5 minutes.
Go
but
ahead.
I did see the Oscar nominations.
It's a wonderful night for Oscar.
And I'm a big movie buff.
Right.
I've seen a lot of these. Some of them I haven't seen yet, but I usually will watch them right before or right after the Oscars. But some I never heard of, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what's Roma. What is Roma? Anyone? I don't know that one.
I have seen a message, a commercial, half a trailer on television, but I think it's. Don't quote me here, but I think it's something that's like a Netflix feature or something of that ilk. I don't know if it was theater released.
There's always like, so there used to be Best Picture, I think would be like 3 or 4. Now there's like 8 Best Picture. How do you pick a Best Picture from like 8 films?
Well, they're gonna whittle that down.
No, they don't.
Don't they?
No, this is it. No.
Wow.
They
so
picked
got
one.
You got what? The Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody,
Black Klansman. There's 2.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. No.
Top
Sorry.
Gun.
Right. Caddyshack.
Grown Ups 3.
Right, Roger.
Like, so there used to be they've added more films as the years have gone on. So it used to be like the best film, there'd be like 4 films, 3 films. Now there's 8 films.
Oh.
How do you pick the best film based on 8 films? I mean, there's a lot of different, and they have nothing in common. They have nothing to do with each other. They're not similar. And
Well,
I
that's
find it so
okay.
odd.
I don't have a problem with
But
them
8?
being dissimilar. Well, yeah.
8?
What are the other 6? I mean, we got Black Panther, certainly.
Okay, so-
Bohemian Rhapsody, of course.
Yeah, Black Klansman. You keep missing that one. It's right under Black Panther.
Who?
Black Klansman, Black Panther.
Really?
You missed that.
That's an odd
So Black
name.
Panther, as you know, Marvel superheroes,
Yeah,
cool.
fun
Black
stuff.
Klansman is the true story. It was directed by Spike Lee about 2 white cops who infiltrated the KKK, and they were trying to arrest people. So they wore hoods to pretend they were part of the KKK, but they weren't. Actually, one white guy, one black guy, and so they wore hoods, and that's
Oh, boys!
Black Klansman. Bohemian Rhapsody, we know, obviously,
Right.
about Queen. The Favorite is like a timepiece. It's like, the 1600s. Hello, I'm the favorite. Hello, I'm the favorite.
Lisa, I want some more.
I want some more. Hello, why are you so mad at me? The Favorite. So that's that.
Right.
Green Book is about 2 guys traveling.
yeah, I wanted
Black
to
guy,
see
white
that.
guy.
Yeah,
They're
in the South,
traveling
he's a
in the
musician.
South. He's a musician. Roma, I don't know. A Star is Born, the remake, the Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson, but now it's Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Right.
I heard that's pretty good.
He got snubbed from the director. They don't like it when actors direct.
He did get snubbed, as a matter of fact. He did get snubbed. And it does happen. Well, Bradley Cooper, I have to say, I still don't think is being taken seriously as an actor. Even though he's been in some great films, I don't think Hollywood takes him seriously as an actor yet. I don't. I just don't think they do.
Why
That's
do you
my
think?
take. I don't know. I think because
Looks?
it could be because he's a good-looking man, but
Former roles?
former roles. I think it's a combination of things, but I just don't think he's at that point where they look at him and go, "Wow, he's just a great actor." I don't think so.
Think back, Gene. It did, and I think that there was at least a modicum of. There's your big word for the day, kids. Modicum. Look it up.
Ooh.
A modicum of this back. I'm going to say 45, 50 years ago with Robert Redford. He was a pretty boy. He was in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He was in a bunch of other things through the 70s, of course, and he was kind of like, Robert Redford, shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, then all of a sudden, he wasn't like the young uber super duper pretty guy. He was the middle-aged,
he got older,
handsome dude, the natural and whatnot. All the President's Men going back into the late 70s.
Dustin Hoffman.
Okay. Stuff like that kind of.
Do you think that has looks have? No, you made me think about
that.
Yeah.
Do
you think if you're like good looking, you have less of a chance of being taken seriously than if you're just like kind of rugged and older? And
I think that it can play into it. Yeah. I think it also depends upon the role. I think it also depends upon the era and the time. Because you think back to the late 60s into the early mid 70s with Robert Redford, it was a whole different time. You still had people like John Wayne. You still had people like Katharine Hepburn around.
Right.
You still had that old guard. Granted, they were coming to the end, but you still had
Marlon
that old
Brando.
guard. Marlon Brando. You had all those Godfather and all that. You had all of them who were still around and doing stuff. Holy fright, Katharine Hepburn, 1980 on Golden Pond.
Correct.
With Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda.
Brilliant.
And Jane Fonda.
Brilliant performance.
On Golden Pond with the Fondas. Trying hard not to grow old. That's from SCTV.
You're my knight in shining armor, Norman.
Oh, okay.
Ethel Thayer. Sounds like I'm lisping. But again, you had that old guard from the beginnings of the Academy Awards, basically, who were still hanging around and doing stuff. So you got this young dude, Bobby Redford, looking all.
I think that's he's having the Robert Redford.
He's
stigma.
still fairly young. He's not a true middle-aged guy, 45, 50 years old. But when he gets there, you watch. He's still going to be brilliant looking. He's still going to do whatever he does, whether it's comedic or otherwise. He's going to do a very great job. And this is not going to be, it's far, in my estimation, the little teensy bit I know about this kind of thing, this is going to be far from the last time you're going to see him direct something and direct it successfully. He's going to do very well.
Maybe they're just remembering him in Wedding Crashers, and they're like, you can't give an Oscar to someone who was in Wedding Crashers.
No, and the other one, where they lose him on the roof in Las Vegas. What's the?
The Hangover.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's what it is.
That was a fun, funny, dopey.
We can't give an Oscar to someone in The Hangover 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
And now he thinks he can direct.
Yeah, that's true.
Pshaw.
Here's a little tidbit for you. Ready for my little tidbit?
Go ahead.
So, as you know, I used to dance on Club MTV, and one of the girls who danced with me was an actress named Jennifer Esposito, and she was in Crash, and she was in Blue Bloods.
Yes.
She's been in a lot of shows. Yeah, so we were actually friends at the time, and she's a very nice girl. I used to stay at her house when I was doing the show because I lived in Boston, so I would sleep at her house when I danced on the show. But anyway, she was actually married to Bradley Cooper.
Oh, is that right?
She was married to Bradley Cooper for 60 days.
Or
90 days.
Even still.
Yeah, 3 months. 3 months. 3 months, 90 days.
Do we know the story or not really?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know they just
That's
weren't
really
compatible.
brief. Here, I thought my first marriage at 3 years was a quick one.
But it was before
wow.
It was before he was famous. So he was doing soap operas or something. He wasn't really famous at the time. So they split up before he got his big break. But I just thought you'd find that interesting.
Wow.
So he's one degree of separation from me because I slept in his ex-wife's bed.
Ooh.
Hey. That's all.
I liked her on Blue Bloods. I really did. I liked her as what's his name, Wahlberg's partner.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She was good.
I did. Detective.
Yeah.
She
Jennifer Esposito. She actually has a bakery in Manhattan. In case you want to check it out.
A bakery.
Yeah, she does. Jennifer's Way. It's called.
Wow.
You want to check it out? It's a gluten-free bakery.
I would love to.
Yeah, we should go take a trip. So anyway, but
right
yeah,
on.
So that's the Oscars. I find that really interesting. And then the lead actors is like Vice, which I haven't seen, but Christian Bale. I mean, Christian Bale's just he's such an amazing
very
actor.
versatile.
It's so weird. What? Ruben!
Did he bring some beer? He did not.
Hey!
That's just great. Thanks for nothing, Ruben.
He just
I thought you said
he was looking for food and drink.
And you did
Presents. Next time.
Yeah, free beer tomorrow.
Next time.
No, I don't want that. I don't want the
what is
89-cent beer.
Pabst Blue Ribbon?
You know, that's like, hi, Jim's beer, 75 varieties. Jim, if you can't get that right in 75 tries, leave me out of it. I want to be a part of your experiment, Jim. Love you. Don't do it. 89 cents a beer. Thank you, no.
Yeah.
Clearly, 89 cents. Cheap does not equal good with beer, Ruben. This just in. Just. Do you see what we have to deal with here?
That was the beer when he was a kid.
He's an owner.
When he was 12 and he wanted to drink beer, that was the beer. Yeah.
No, with the kids, when you're 12, you give them light beer. Enough said. Go ahead. You guys like root beer? Absolutely.
No.
You ever have Virgil's? You don't like root beer?
No, I don't drink soda.
I don't drink soda like
Or
I used to, but
anything like that.
I
Nothing-
do enjoy a
I don't
nice
drink
root
that.
beer. I really do. Virgil's. Oh.
Well, you love your organic stuff, so I know you're on to that.
Well, then what's the point? No chemicals.
Licorice.
Are you kidding me? Chemicals, again, are our friends. Better living through chemicals. And there's no
Do you know
chemicals in this root beer. It's all organic, and you can only get it at Whole Foods.
Okay. We'll give it a
Put
shot.
that in the tailpipe.
Okay. We'll give it a shot. We're going to try the root beer. We're going to try the root beer. $1.25.
We prefer less expensive. Cheap is such an ugly word. He's a real skinflint.
Frugal.
He's cheap. We prefer frugal, please. Okay.
Less expensive.
Thrifty. No, I'm all about. My dad got me on root beers when I was a little boy. There's a place, and I'm sure we've all heard of it. If you haven't, you're about to. And everybody out there.
A&W.
No.
Oh.
Hot Dog Johnny's up on
Hot Dog Johnny's.
up on Route 46 in North Jersey, in a place called, ready, and this is true, Buttsville, Buttz.
I've seen Buttsville. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Ville.
Oh,
On
yeah.
Route 46, you take 31
I've seen it.
up from Trenton all the way up to where it comes into 46. Make a left. It's about 3 miles on the left-hand side. Hot Dog Johnny's. I don't know if they still do, but once upon a time, I believe, and this is going back to when I was a little boy, they made or had made their own root beer and birch beer. And let me tell you what, freaking licious. And even back now, I don't know if you remember this, Gino, we used to get at the liquor store, what's that? Be careful when you follow the masses. Sometimes the M is silent. Right. We would go to Chet's Liquor Locker up on 18 in East Brunswick.
Liquor Locker.
My father and I, but not for liquor.
It's a liquor locker.
Brookdale soda. Do you remember in the cases with the big heavy glass, bottles with the neck on them? And they were probably, I don't know, 20 ounce, 25 ounce, 26 ounce bottles. And they had all sorts of flavors. But the two that we would always get would be a birch beer and a root beer. Dad loved it. And Brookdale was made up in North Jersey someplace. I forget exactly where, like in the Montclair, Nutley, Bloomfield area, if memory serves. Up that way. And
Hello.
just
So,
fantastic. Fantastic.
Come into the liquor locker.
The liquor locker. You got your liquor locker over
I swear you said that before, because
Liquor
that's a liquor locker.
Like
You
you
do
take
it.
the jersey out of the boy, but
I don't
you
know
can't
why.
take the boy out of
The
jersey
last show, or
sometimes.
2 shows ago, or 3 shows ago, you said liquor locker.
I
And now,
did.
now you said it
It's-
again.
But it's a different liquor locker. I worked.
When are you talking about the liquor locker?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, liquor locker. Liquor locker.
Liquor locker. That's like rubber balls and liquor.
Liquor locker. Liquor locker.
No, this was the liquor locker where I worked.
the liquor locker.
This was Chet's Liquor Locker, unaffiliated, not associated with the liquor locker at where I worked. Liquor Locker's a franchise.
I want to start public speaking.
You do?
Yeah, I kind
With
of want
whom?
to. I don't know myself.
Would you have to have a public to speak?
No, I want to.
We're doing
start
it right
booking.
now.
No, can I just tell you? I went to like a sales seminar recently, and I realized like I could totally do that, especially like basic like intro to sales. I could totally do that. I'm gonna start charging people,
Well,
teach them how to sell.
Let's do it.
All right,
Here we go.
all right.
Ready?
I just want to say that
And go.
and go. And so also one of the nominees on the Oscar animated feature is Isle of Dogs, which is by Wes Anderson, and my former student is one of the voices.
Oh.
So let's hope it gets an Oscar win.
Let's go.
That would be good.
Let's go.
That's pretty much it for me.
LETSGO.
That's it. I want to be a
Okay.
public speaker. I want to like do like sales seminars. Maybe we should do that.
Be like Matt Foley, motivational
We
speaker.
should. We should. You know what we should do?
I give up. What?
You and I should partner up and do sales seminars and charge people, and have travel, and then we do presentations on how to sell, because we both are good at selling and we're both public speakers. We both have no fear of being in front of an audience.
I could go in front of a crowd at Fenway Park.
Me too. Fenway Park.
Right. MetLife Stadium.
Don't you think we could do that? I just wanted just something to throw out there.
Now,
I'm just
you got the
brainstorming.
gears turning again. We'll have to talk
I'm
about this
always
another time.
coming up with ideas.
Rube?
Oh, boy, that was quick.
I know, I'm volunteering helping Jerry's friends with a play.
Jerry's kids with the play? What? Oh.
Lady! It's your boy in your high.
We're doing a play called The Trapezy of Mother.
Where's this?
It's in Mortontown.
Oh, is it at that theater? I want to audition there. I want to audition there for something.
Not the Playhouse there, but there's one at the Masonic Hall on Huntsville Road.
I gotta go audition for some place.
You got your Masons there. You got your got your VFW Hall there.
Excellent.
Meathead, and you got your American Legion, of course.
Okay, sounds great.
You got the Kiwanis, nice. You got the Rotary.
There's like 2 conversations going on.
That the brother-in-law isn't part of. Well, because they can't hear him on the microphone over there.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun. I think that's great. Giving is very important. All right, well, let us know when you're moving across the way. All right. Friday. Stop! Friday.
Friday. Living it up, oh yeah?
They're getting stuff.
Friday night.
Across the way.
Is that right?
Yeah, they need help.
Is that? Oh, we know that. Hello.
Ta-da!
Welcome.
Okay.
Rock on.
Let me know. Well, in the day, yeah, we work. Yeah. It's nighttime. That's different. All right, well, let me know.
Talk to me, baby.
text me.
Tell me something.
All right.
Facebook.
For 9 to 5. We're all like 9 to 5 people.
9.
Yeah. All right, peace.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Anyway.
Word. Yes, a piece of hair grease.
Thanks, Ruben.
All right. Well, listen, we went a little over the pre-prescribed
We did. What happened?
time,
Where's everybody?
but we get going.
Oh.
We got a
they're
little
canceled.
freewheeling here. Well, it's working on a quarter past.
Yeah,
I don't know about you. I got
yeah,
stuff I have to get done.
I gotta eat before I
got
pass
Daddy-O gonna wonder, hey, you're late. Gee, you think?
Yeah, where you been? I know.
Oh,
But
that's
this was
right,
a
yeah.
good show. I'm so happy. We had our Frank Cicino and Rob
Rob
Winter.
And now the phone is ringing. It's a 570 number.
Who is it?
It's the United States calling.
The United States are calling you?
It's
Is it the
calling.
president?
If not, that would be the best thing ever. Huge, huge call. Believe me, you never get another call like it in your life. The best call ever, and it's long distance, and I'm going to make Mexico pay for it.
Oh.
Reverse the charges. Believe
Reverse
me.
the charges.
Believe me.
Oh my God! So this is this beautiful thing.
Sometimes it just rolls.
Well,
Sometimes.
Ruben's
Oh,
back.
it's like the NBC dancing N.
Yeah, I
Remember
know.
that on the old Saturday night?
Yeah.
This just in from the NBC dancing. He's like the only one who ever got that. I've used that for years, and people are like,
I know
what?
the dance again, and it was the beginning. It had little
Yeah,
legs and
yeah,
stockings. There were stockings on the
there,
legs.
and there was she
Yeah.
was a girl, and she was in the end. And
It was definitely,
and
or
the
it was a
arms-
guy with very feminine.
Well, hello.
Yeah,
And
legs.
the arms hung out, and they would pass something onto the news desk at the old Weekend Update.
I remember that. So
There it is.
we want to plug
And
Rob
somewhere down a
Winter.
crazy river.
Oh, we're gonna have to play that song. You know what? Next show.
Yeah.
I gotta play that song because I miss listening to that. Rob Winter, Frank Cicino.
Right?
Desmond
Desmond Tutu.
I want to give get another shout out because I'm going to make a little appearance on Head to Head.
Oh, yes.
I am going to. I don't know the day though, but Chris reached out to me, or maybe Scott. either way, to be on the show, we're going to talk about the new law that Trump just passed that no longer allowing transgender into the military. So then that's gone now. So we're going to talk about that. And I didn't want to talk about it on this show.
No.
So
no.
that's I'm going to say
no.
no.
Just it is what it
Nope.
is. I mean,
Yeah, we're just going to
move
leave it
along.
as. So that's what we'll talk about. So yeah, I'm going to plug that. And,
Well, and don't forget that's head number 2. Head to head. It's a good podcast.
Yeah,
All
they're doing
sorts
a good
of-
job, man. I'm kind
yeah.
of copying their lead
They're
because their social media platform is
Very,
pretty
very
phenomenal.
great. They're doing such nice, good, solid, decent things for veterans families, veteran communities. Whether you are or you know a veteran, or have a veteran in your family, or somebody with whom you work is a veteran, and they need something, anything, from the very, very small and seemingly insignificant and easy to do to a lot of help and everywhere in between. Check it out, Head to Head. Look
Check
them
that
up
out.
on the Google.
Google.
On the Google.
Google.
And you can
And
find them.
that's it.
Head number 2, Head to Head.
And watch Tammy Faye.
Oh, geez, here we go with that. Then
All right, sorry.
No, and I get it. I
Sorry.
mean, okay,
Sorry.
the 13 to 15, 16-year-old John, I couldn't stand him. But then again, as that
Yeah,
whole
you have to watch
story
it. It's funny.
unfolded, I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
You
this
gotta
is
watch
a
it.
chicken rodeo. I got to see more of
You
this.
gotta watch it.
And,
And I'm watching, I like my ID channel and all that stuff.
Oh,
so I'm
yeah.
watching a lot of
Joe
that
Kenda.
stuff. I love that Joe Kenda. Yeah.
He's
I
the
like
man.
Joe- yeah, he's the man. He's like, now, what does he say? Now, no. What does he say?
I don't know.
He's a catchphrase.
I understand. I
Why
forget
can't I
it.
think of it?
I forget it. We'll think of it and hit you with it next
whatever.
week.
All right.
Right here
Now,
on
Wow,
RealTown.
wow.
We'll catch you then. Peace. We're out of here.
No more rehearsing and nursing apart. We know every card by